And to my lovely panel, thank you all for doing this. I promised you it's going to be short and entertaining. And if you have any questions, please note them down. We'll take a few questions. I hope we're allowed. And so, I know you're hungry and you're trying to eat, but try and pay attention. I want to welcome my guests again. You're welcome. How do we feel today? Trudy?
We feel great. Great to be here.
Andrea, how do you feel?
Absolutely fantastic. And everyone looks amazing.
Sima?
I feel very lovely to be here.
And Bobby, lastly from you, Bobby. Can we check our microphone, please? Bobby, try turning it on. Okay, I think I'm going to start with you, Andrea. I know you hate me for this, but we're all entrepreneurs here, successful ones, of course. Andrea has been a lady that motivates me a lot. She's been in the beauty industry for years. She's owned 2 salons here in London that are doing amazingly well. She's someone I call every time I have problems. And so I want to ask you this question because even I want to know, what did it look like at the start of your journey when nothing was certain?
What it looked like was what I envisioned, because I hadn't yet taken the journey and I hadn't yet walked the path. But all I knew and all I saw was the idea and the vision that was in my head, that I'm going to own a successful hair salon. I'm going to make a lot of money. I'm never going to have to depend on anyone for anything. I never want to beg anyone for anything. So because of that, I made sure I kept that picture of what success was to me in my head. But if I'm being honest, I didn't have a clue what awaited me after I said yes.
Incredible, incredible. I'll come to you, Trudy. One time I had a conversation with Andrea, and then she asked me, what is your why? Why do you do what you're doing? What motivates you? What is your why? Why are you in the beauty industry? And I sat down and I thought, and I said, wait, is it money? And she's like, are you sure that's your why? And that got me thinking, and she's like, go home and think about it. I want to put that question to Trudy today. What is your why? I've seen Trudy's business from when it started, and I tell you, she's making millions of CDs. I know this for sure. And I mean, to all the young ladies here that are aspiring to, own businesses, even the ones in business, we want to know your why. What is the reason why you do what you do? And is the reason why you are where you are now?
My why is building something that precedes me, something that is bigger than I am, something that when my daughter grows up, one day, people look at her and say, oh, you're Trudy's daughter. That's what motivates me, that's what gets me up in the morning. Building a brand that people trust, putting away all your fears. The fears are going to exist, you're not going to go anywhere, but knowing that there's something bigger that motivates me. Every day, I walk down the street, everywhere. I mean, even before now, years ago, I'd come to London. I'd go into Boots, and you'd have the cashier go, oh, Trudy, I know you on social media, I know your business. That right there is my why.
Yes, that's incredible. I think she deserves a round of applause. Let's give it up for Trudy. That was a good one. Okay, now to you, Bobby. As humans, the theme for this year is the pursuit of fearlessness. I want to ask you, what did failure look like to you, and how did you get back from it?
Okay, just testing the mic. Still not working. Sorry. Thank you. Hi. So I'm going to say I don't follow fear. If I looked ahead with fear, I wouldn't be where I am today. So I focus on intent, I move forward with a strategic vision and the determination to see it through. Even before I started my brand, it was just a name. It was just a name registered on a trademark. I got sued before I put any name to any one of my products. If I feared moving forward, that was the point. When every lawyer in the country told me to just step down and not put my product in my name. It's going to be an expensive run, don't do it. But the drive inside of me, because I had a vision, I wanted to see it through, I chose to go against the advice. A year and a half later, a painful year and a half later, I actually won the trademark of my name because I decided to fight for my trademark. The brand's called Bobby London, after myself, and the dream was to really empower women. Having been a woman in tech for over 2 decades, a woman who travels, I was in an industry that didn't cater for women, and I wanted to change that. So rolling over at the first hurdle was just more an option.
That's great. Sima, now I want to ask you the same question about setbacks. I want to share a story of one setback that happened to me in my business. After COVID, pre-COVID, I used to go to my sources at least 3 times in a year. I'll go to Vietnam, I'll go to China, I'll go to Cambodia to source the hair myself. So of course, after COVID, are we listening to me, please? Okay, I'm going to ask questions. So yeah, I used to go to my suppliers myself, but after COVID, there was no movement, and I had to order online with my trusted sources supplier, of course. And I had taken pre-orders because there was this particular hair that everybody loved. It was very much sought after. And so I took pre-orders, loads and loads of pre-orders. And I ordered a lot of hair because it was after COVID. Everybody was coming out. And it was a big deal for me. I was also opening my store that December. And so you can actually imagine how much order I made. I don't want to mention any figures. And so, there were some delays. The hair finally came. And because of the delay, I didn't check the hairs before sending them out, because these are trusted suppliers that I've worked with over the years. And so as soon as the hairs came in, I shipped them out. I sent the local ones, I shipped the international orders, and let's say 3 days later, I went down, because then we were working at home. And so I went downstairs to check on the hair, and it was a disaster. The hair were frizzy, they were tangled, they were hard, they were strong, they looked like sponge. And I questioned my workers. I'm like, you've been working on this hair? And they're like, Madam, I don't know if I can speak to you. Madam, for those of you that don't understand, they're telling me that's how all of them look like. And I'm like, so why didn't you raise that alarm? Why didn't you let me know? And we sent out tons of hair to people. So now I have to sit down and start calling each client one by one and ask them to return the hair. You can only imagine how devastating that was for me. I sat in my car and I called my sister and I was crying. I cried so much, and I just thought my business was over because, how do you explain this to clients? So my sister calmed me down. In fact, she told me, start calling your clients and ask all of them to return the hair. And I did that. There were some difficult clients. I remember one of them was in not New York. She was somewhere in Tennessee. And DHL was very far from there. And so we booked for the pickup. DHL will get there. She's not home. 3 times, and DHL decided not to. And, she sent me a message and said that she's going to call us out on social media. And she sent a picture of the hair in a bin and said she put the hair in the bin and she needs her money by the next day and she's going to call us out on social media. And I'm like, okay, but I've asked you to send me an account, and she's saying she doesn't have anybody in Ghana, so we should send us
about yourselves beyond the job title. Who are you? Miss Nancy, kick us off.
Okay, I am Miss Nancy. style and etiquette consultant, TV host on TV3 Ghana, and I am a loving, bubbly, kind woman. I am the woman that wants to see all her friends do well and shine and be all over the place. I am the woman that is feeling everything Nanaba is feeling today because I have prayed and wished this and more for her. I am the woman that wants to see all of my friends and family excel at what they do. I do not just wish it, I pray it into reality.
And that's a big theme for us women, and delighted to be here just before International Women's Day. We're kicking off International Women's Month, and we need to lift as we climb. And so, Abimbola, over to you next. Who are you beyond the job title?
I am Abimbola. I'm a mother of 4, a single mother of 4. I'm a business owner. I'm a bridal makeup artist, and I also own a wedding dress boutique where I rent wedding dresses. I design the dresses, have them made, and I rent wedding dresses to brides all over the world. I also create content on social media. I'm sure a lot of people have seen me tonight. And yeah, like I said, I'm a single mother of 4 beautiful children. My first child is here today. She's 24 years old. I graduated from Valour University. And my son is 16, a boxer, and then I've got twins, a boy and a girl. And I'm a girl's, I like to think I am a girl's girl. Like, I love to support women's wrong and right. And I love to uplift ladies. I love to inspire women, most especially mothers within the African community. I am Nigerian, and within my community, being a single parent could be a big deal, but I don't care. I'm a single mother and I'm proud. You should be. And I'm sexy. What are you gonna do about it?
So Abimbola, hold that thought right there. Let's introduce Dr. Khadija Owusu, and we'll come back because we want to hear more about your journey as a single mother. But Khadija, over to you for your intro.
Yes. Hi everyone, it's lovely to be here. My name is Dr. Khadija Owusu. Formal titles, I am a medical doctor, international speaker, and the founder of the Akaya Foundation. But at the core, I like to say I'm just a girl. Like, I'm just a girl, you know? I'm a baby girl, I'm a princess. But at the heart, I love to help people. I love young women and girls. I love everything Ghana related. And yeah, that's